Welcome to another video, and in this video I'm gonna talk about the unwritten rules of Valorant. Whether you are new at the game or played this game for a long time, you have to know these rules. If you play along these rules, it defines if you are a real Valorant player or just a wannabe. Also, some of these things can help you improve your game. So the first rule applies for Raze, and that is never do the same double jump back to back in rounds. If you made an aggressive play and it worked, you think, oh nice, let's do this the next round. But if you use the same satchel jump the next round, most of the time the enemies are waiting for you. So be careful with that. The next rule is about A on ascent. When you are the first person to push A on ascent, you always have to close the door. Closing the door gives you a lot of advantage on the T side. The only reason why you maybe should not close the door is when your teammates are pushing on catwalk. But otherwise, when you are the first person to push, always close the door. The third thing is training your aim. I often say that training your aim is important if you want to improve in Valorant. That's the reason why I want to thank the sponsor of this video, 3D Aim Trainer. 3D Aim Trainer is an amazing app that helps gamers to improve their aim. On their site you can find tons of minigames to train your aim in a very fun way. There's also an academy that is entirely designed to improve your performance in Valorant. The main reason why I like this app is because the game arenas is a simulation of Valorant maps. And you can choose from the same weapons. Because of this you will train your aim in the same environment as in Valorant. The academy is split into 10 levels, from target acquisition and target peeking to entering the bomb site on split. 3D Aim Trainer just got everything you need to have to improve in Valorant. My favorite minigame is player peeking. In this minigame you have to strafe to the left and the right and shoot on the enemies on B side split. After playing it for a while, my high score is 28,000. I'm pretty proud of it, so I challenge you to beat my score. Also, it's completely free, link is in the description, just try it out, you know. And now, let's continue the video. On bind, when you are in market, you have to shoot on these sandbags. I don't know if it gives you aimbot or just gives you luck, but you always have to shoot on these sandbags. Because everyone does it. And of course, you always have to destroy things if you can destroy things. It's just a simple rule. If you are pushing C on Haven, always ballbang this box over here. Just aim a little bit above the diagonal pipe. There's often a guy sitting behind it and you can get some easy kills with it.
Anyone else?
Okay, for this next thing, when people look at you in the buying phase and you have a beautiful skin in your hand, and sometimes are even wiggling, this means that your teammate wants your skin. You can just drop your skin to your teammate and most of the time he buys another gun for you. When there's one or more enemies AFK, or one team wins just very hard, then sometimes people can call a knife mid battle. When someone calls knife middle, you don't use your gun. You are a very bad person if you use your gun. The only reason why you might use a gun is because the enemy pulls it first or you're the last one alive. But even when you are the last one alive, real gamers just use the knife and kill 1v5 easy peasy. Okay, the next thing. When you push in first, you don't take the bomb with you. When you are the first one to push, you get all the info of the enemies. But this means that you often don't have the info where the enemies are standing before you push in. You might be pushing into 4 people with the bomb, and when they kill you, the bomb is on site and nobody can take it. This is why you always should be careful when you take the bomb with you. Now, let's talk about Deathmatch. There are tons of unwritten rules in Deathmatch. The first one is never use an operator. When you use an operator in Deathmatch, you're just being yeah. The second one, when you see the enemy pulls out his knife, don't shoot him, you're gonna knife him. It's a knife battle now. About knife battles in Deathmatch, did you know that, like, it's very hard to knife people? And Sofa pulled out his gun, of course, what an hater. And the last rule in Deathmatch is when the Deathmatch ends, you always try to get at least one more kill in the end screen, you know? Like you see in the clip in the background. The next one is for all the Cypher players. It's actually a pretty simple one. You don't put the same cam every round on the same spot. If the enemies did not spot your cam in one round, you can put it on the same spot. But as soon as they spotted your cam, they always gonna pre-shoot the spot. So keep in mind, be unpredictable when you play Cypher. Now let's talk about the Bucky. You cannot push with the Bucky on CT side. The Bucky is good at short range, but at long range it got nerfed, so it's not that good anymore. And when you push behind enemies, often you are from the long range and not from the short range. So don't push with Bucky, it always goes wrong.
Oh, come on.
Bucky rush, boys!
Wow.
The Bucky rush. This is how you play, this is how you win the games. This is how you win the games, my friends. Unless, of course, your enemies are very bad at this game. Okay, now about Sage. When you play Sage and you have your heal, you always heal the top fragger. He's clearly having a good game, so it makes sense to heal him instead of a top bottom fragger, you know? Of course, this also counts for reviving people. Only then it's maybe a little bit different. When you see two people lying on the ground and one is the top fragger and the other one the bottom fragger, but the bottom fragger got, like, for example, a raise ult, then it's maybe better to revive the bottom fragger with the raise ult instead of the top fragger with, like, no ulti available. I hope I make a little bit sense. About ultimates, when you're defusing the bomb and you have your ultimate ready, but your teammate has not his ultimate ready, then stop defusing the bomb and let your teammate defuse the bomb. This way your teammate gets the ultimate point, so no ultimate points will get wasted. Of course, you can defuse it till half, but your teammate has to finish it. But keep in mind, don't do it if your teammate does not have time. If your teammate does not have time, then just defuse it yourself, you know. I honestly lost the round because of that. It was my teammate who made the mistake. Now a question for you. Did you watch 3 or more of my videos? Please consider subscribing. It really helps growing my channel. Continue the video. This next thing is actually pretty funny. I never thought that this was a rule, but apparently everyone is doing it, and if you don't do it, you're just pretty strange. When you play on bind and the bomb is planted on A, and either you defuse the bomb or the bomb almost go off, then you always jump into the teleporter. You don't go to A short, you don't go to bot room, you don't go to CT, you jump into the teleporter. The only reason why you maybe should not go into the teleporter is when you want to kill the last enemy and you know he's, for example, in CT. Then you can push CT and kill him easy peasy. Something you have to keep in mind when you are playing Valorant is the saying, if you go, you must go. When you want to push with your team, there's always that one teammate that is not really going, you know, he's standing still just in front of side, waiting maybe till someone else is pushing first because he's just afraid or something. When you're planning to push your side, just be confident and just go and kill the enemies. Also, sometimes you call with your teammates rush B no stop or maybe rush A no stop. If someone called that and you agreed, then do it. Don't stop halfway, just go for it and maybe you can get the side, you know. 5-man push is strong. Unless if there's, for example, a sage wall or a molotov. But even when there is a molotov, sometimes it's better to just go. Another thing you cannot do in Valorant is buying a sheriff or a marshal when you play bad. When someone is playing bad, they often buy a marshal or a sheriff. I'm not sure why, but if a teammate of me is going bad, they always do that. It's maybe because if they are tilted, they buy every round and you have enough money for a sheriff and marshal every round, so yeah. Just keep your hands off those guns, save your money and buy a Vandal. When you need to revive, you never ask Sage for a revive, but you ask Jet. This is because Jet can revive me. Never try out the new agent in ranked. When you unlock a new agent, I know you want to play it, but first try him out in unranked, you know? This is because most agents look a little bit harder than they are, so it's better to just try him out before you play him in ranked. And if you want to take it a step higher, you can even try some lineups before you're gonna play the agent. Or just practice some double jumps if you are planning to play a race. Just don't play competitive if you are going for the first time with an agent. And I never do that, no, of course not. Another thing that is forbidden is use your abilities when the round ends. Just save your credits, don't do it. And another rule, when you are dead but the bomb is planted, always ping the bomb for your teammates. This way your teammates can look through the wall and know exactly where the spike is. Now your teammates can shoot through smoke, or even better, use something like a sofa ult to shoot exactly on the spike. And the last rule, don't play with 5 duelists unless your team is cool, you know? Sometimes your team talks in the loading screen, and if they talk and they sound fun, just go 5 duelists and go for that easy win. Now to end this video, I want to say that I'm also on TikTok, so follow me on TikTok if you want to. Yami is helping me out, also known as Valorant Videos. He's the TikTok king, you know? And together we're gonna build a nice community over there. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.